In today's Clash of Clans video, we're going to take a look at the King Jeffrey versus Erevos CWL Esports war. It really did come down to the wire. Let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, we got Fresh going in first. Let's see what he can do. Let's see if he can get himself a triple. Interesting base design here. A bit of a southern teaser almost. Going to be bringing the Lalo. He's got the Sui into the Lalo. Love to see this. He's going big. See what he can do here. Going to start with the King up at the top side by 12. Here come a couple of loons in on this left side Archer Tower by about 10 o'clock there. Going to clear a couple more buildings and set a little bit of a funnel. Now, where is he planning on this King and Queen going in from? He's clearing through this little channel. Here comes the Wall Wrecker with a Yeti. We'll probably see the Queen come in shortly behind. What is that Wall Wrecker got inside of it? Doesn't have any clone spells, so we're looking at probably some either Yetis or some Ice Golems. Possibly some Ice Golems. Let's see. So that Wall Wrecker is going to pop. We got some Yetis coming out of there. He's going to have to pop that World Champion ability soon. Oh my goodness, that World Champion barely on... really on low health there. This Queen needs to step up and try and grab this single target Inferno. He's going to freeze it again. He needs it to get out of the way, and he wants that Queen to step up and grab the scatter as well before the Lalo comes in. Again, Town Hall 13, those scatter shots really do a ton to your Lalo because they can shoot your hounds, and then the hounds can actually, or then the scatter shot blast can actually hit the loons at the back in here. Can the Queen get through the scatter shot? She won't. So he didn't get what he wanted there from the initial push. However, it's not the end of the world. Going to start the Lalo over at the 9 o'clock side here, and that Lava Hound's going to target straight in towards that air defense. He does not have the World Champion for the Town Hall, so he's going to go for a safe bet with the Town Hall. He's got the Warden down there with a bunch of loons. Scattershot is tanking over the pups there and is going to lock onto some of the pups, which is what he needs there. Going to pop that Warden ability early going into the Town Hall. Pups will actually help taking down that help in taking down the scatter. Pop the Warden just a little bit too early, so it's going to actually not heal those or not keep those loons alive throughout that Giga Blast there. Still running through here, but at this point I don't think this one's going to go through. Only a few more loons left to go. Did secure the 2-star, but again, that initial push just didn't do what he wanted there. Those Ice Golems slowed down the Queen and the Royal Champion a bit too much, meaning that he didn't grab that initial scatter on the entry. That's going to be a 2-star to start King Jeffrey off. Not a low 2-star, not a low 2-star at that. It's going to probably end around the 75 mark, just about, with how many cleanup troops he has on the outside. Here come a couple of loons in to take down the Archer Tower, as well as allow that minion to grab a couple more percentage points. It's going to freeze that multi-target Inferno and the Wiz Tower there. That's really going to allow him to grab a couple more percentage points on the outside. So could end, yeah, we'll probably end around the 75% mark, maybe even the 80. But you know he's going to be going through to try and grab as much percentage as he possibly can here. So good start, not going to plan, but still adapted and grabbed himself the 2-star. Let's see what we got going. Super common base. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I've never 1-starred in my life. I don't know about that one, Shide. You just spray the troops, close your eyes, and pray. Yeah, exactly. It works sometimes. The spray and pray tactic. Drew saying it's a super common base. Could be. I don't think I've seen this one before. He hit one very similar recently. Okay. Yeah, again, I mean, really, if those weren't Ice Golems in there and that was maybe like a Hound or like a Witch CC, he would have tripled this, because that scatter would have gone down really quickly, and his Queen would have probably stepped up and grabbed a little bit more there, and then the Lalo would have just swept through the rest of the base. Had 4 freeze spells, so he was prepared to freeze that scatter shot throughout the Lalo. But definitely not a bad start for King Jeffrey, not the start that they wanted. However, it's not over just yet. Popping out that big fax emote. Love it. All right. Zed's going to get taken on by here, or by TNS. We're going to call him TNS. See what he's got going. He's bringing the Yetis with the 4 Quake spells. Singular jump. Let's see what he's planning on doing here. I like this base design. Kind of difficult to gauge here. I don't exactly know how I would even hit this. Going to start by funneling the right and left side of this base over by 6 and 9 o'clock. 6 o'clock with a baby dragon and a couple of loons. 9 o'clock with a P.E.K.K.A because of that Archer Tower. Wants to clear through all of these buildings over here. Here comes a siege barracks in. Now, he didn't drop a giant or any troops in front of that siege barracks, so it's going to go down a little bit earlier than it normally would due to that cannon there. Or it's going to take a little bit of damage. And here comes the King with the Yetis, Bowlers, Queen, and possibly the Royal Champion is being saved to go in with the Hog Riders from the siege barracks. Ran into the Tornado Trap early there, but going to Quake through that Town Hall. Everything's moving through. Going to pop this Warden ability fairly soon to keep everything going. CC will get lured out, but it'll get taken down eventually due to all of the Bowlers and Yetis. they're getting slowed down a decent bit due to these ice golems, but they will run through. And now at this point, a lot of the base is open. However, this back end compartment with the scatter shot over there is not open. So he's going to have to rely on either his queen or his warden to snipe it, or the bowlers. Here comes the world champion from the right side, a bit delayed here. Single target Inferno Tower is on the king, but he's going to pop that king ability. Oh no, the single target actually locks off of the king there, runs out of the range. It's looking pretty good. However, it's starting to thin out in the center just a little bit here. And now a bunch of his troops are going to get stuck on those walls. Queen and the bowlers will be able to pick off a few buildings on the outside. Single target Inferno Tower alive on the top side there. Queen ability still in hand, but there's a lot of this base left to go and only 1 minute and 20 seconds. Wow, I just noticed how low percentage this hit is right now. I thought he surely would have had like 60 to 70% of this base gone. Royal Champion ability has been popped, so she's going to die off on the outside, and everything's going to peel away to the right side. So the plus to this is that he's going to actually get a ton more percentage because there's not really much to target his army. The downside is that I don't think he's going to be able to go through with this one. It's going to be a time fail. Even then, I think this is an out-and-out fail in general. I don't think that queen ability would be able to get through because she cannot reach that single target Inferno Tower in the center. So now at this point, it's just going to be a waiting game. He's going to try and get as much percentage as he can. I'm not exactly sure what the first hit over by King Jeffrey was. I can't remember the percentage because, you know, OP streamer, that's how we do. Queen has her ability still intact. She's going to run through, grab a couple more buildings. I mean, in all honesty, that queen is not going to go down before the time expires. Gunner saying an 80%. Oh, the last raid was an 81%. Okay, got it. 80%? 80%? We'll check it in a second. Can this raid top that percentage? Yeah, Queen's going to step up. She's going to get targeted by the king, and she's going to get taken down by him. Healers are getting taken down as well. That's going to be an 81%. That might be all she wrote. Possibly an 82. 3, 2, 1. It's going to be an 85%. Exactly 80. Got it. Let's take a look. So that's an 85% on Zed, and we had a 80%. So Erevos slightly ahead on King Jeffrey by about 5%. So again, it's fairly close so far. All right, Vicious going to go in on number 4. Let's see what he can do here. Interesting base. I feel like I've seen this one before. He's going to start with a Yeti Blimp into the single target Inferno. He's got the Tesla farm on the outside, so this has already not gone his way at all. He wanted that single target Inferno tower to go down. However, because of all those Teslas, it's going to be a completely different story. Really nice bait on that single target Inferno. And how is he going to adapt this plan here? He wanted that single target Inferno down to possibly walk the queen to the top side and then force her into the town hall. Doesn't have any wall breakers. Let's see, going to continue with the raid as normal despite that Inferno Tower being alive. Doesn't have any free spells either, so the only way he'll be able to save his queen from that single target Inferno is the ability. This already has not gone his way. However, it's not over just yet. Let's see what this queen decides to do. The Inferno Tower range will lock onto her once she targets this Elixir Collector. Gonna have a lot of DPS on her. Here comes the Royal Champion to take down the single target Inferno. There's the backup plan that we needed. So the Royal Champion should step up and take down the Inferno. Gonna pop the ability early just to get through it and keep that queen going. Now the Royal Champion, come on Royal Champion. She's gonna get the town, or she's gonna get the Inferno Tower out of the way. And now those ice golems are going to stall the heroes just for a little bit of time. This Royal Champion actually might step up and grab the Expo. Really, really good adaptation to this plan not going his way. And here comes the king from the bottom side with the miners and hogs. They're going to go in straight towards that eagle to take it down. Royal Champion does go down a bit earlier than he would have liked. And again, that Royal Champion must have been wanted to use on the center of the base there to take down the queen. But now he's just going to have to rely on solely the miners to step up. The king is soaking the warden. Warden needs to step up for these miners. There we go. Warden will eventually step up. He's going to pop this ability fairly soon as they go into this double scatter shot here. He needs that scatter shot to go down at the back end here to keep everything moving along. Man, those two scatter shots staying alive is not exactly what he wanted here. One of them remaining. Queen is still alive at the top side. He needs those troops to path towards that scatter shot before it takes them down. They're going to run straight into that single target Inferno, and now that scatter shot is going to rain fire on these miners, and that means that they're going to go down before they get rid of it. However, he's got a couple of miners on the outside. Queen is still alive. She's going to get a bit more percentage for him. But with that scatter shot and 2 single target Inferno towers left to go, this one is not going to go through. Now it's just a matter of how much percentage can he get off of this base. In all honesty, I got to hand it to him here. It was a really good adaptation to the plan despite things not going his way. It was a really good base here, especially with that baited Yeti Blimp. for sure. You know, and again, those are the kinds of things that are just unpredictable on fresh hits. You don't know where the Teslas are. You don't know where the traps are. So it's hard to plan for those kinds of things. You really just have to, the only way to, you know, get through those kinds of traps is to predict them. But in all honesty, that's, you know, that's where you get into things that, like, that's when things get a little complicated. But still going to recover with an over 90% damage on this base. So really good recovery despite it not going to plan. Exciting. Rated R OP designer. He really is. I mean, in all honesty, fantastic guy. He's doing some pretty cool stuff. All right. We got Kaza going in on Vicious. Let's see what he can do here. Bring in a Queen Charge into the hybrid. Going to start with a Yeti Blimp into the single target Inferno Tower. He's trying to grab that single and the scatter. So he is going to drop a Rage Spell. See, that death damage will get a little bit of damage in on that Inferno. This is a really good start so far. He will get that scatter out of the way alongside that Inferno Tower. That's really, really good Yeti Blimp value. He's going to step up and even grab an air defense there. Let's see where this Queen Charge is going to start. Going to lure the CC at the top side. Really interesting base design here by Vicious. It's definitely strange to try and plan for. Here comes the Queen in from the 3 o'clock side, and her goal is going to be to walk upwards here towards the enemy Queen, and we'll probably see the hybrid go in where this Eagle is. He's going to drop a Baby Dragon there to make sure that that Queen goes up where he needs her to go. Going to need to drop that poison on those skeletons as soon as possible here. Otherwise, this Queen could see maybe forced to use her ability. Wow, I'm really surprised he hasn't dropped that Rage Spell fast enough. There we go. There's the Rage Spell. There's the poison. So the Queen will be just fine there. But a little bit late on those spells there. Almost costed him. But still running through just fine. VOP, that looks awesome. 100%. So yeah, we'll be looking to add that in. Gunner already calling a fail straight off the start. Gotta love it. So after the Queen takes down that Archer Tower, she's going to bounce straight back up towards that cannon and then slowly move north here. Now there's a chance she could go in towards this Expo channel here, which is not exactly what he would want. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes the King from the top side. We might see the miners go in from the 12 to 1 o'clock side instead. Interesting stuff. So yeah, the Queen is actually designed to go into this channel, not walk up towards the enemy Queen. Going to freeze that single target Inferno Tower to keep that King moving and funneling along the left side there. Queen's going to run through. She's going to actually join the miners, not step into that channel. I'm guessing he wanted her to step into that channel there, but it's not going to happen. However, if the King gets down... Yeah, wait a minute. All of the Hog Riders and miners will take down these buildings, and that should mean that the Queen... No, she's going to bounce around this wall here rather than go back. Oh, no, wait. She is going to go back. Wow. OP Queen here, but the healers will switch away from her, which is not exactly what he wanted. So that Queen will eventually go down, but does have the ability, so she'll be able to clear through the Grand Warden pad and that first Expo. Everything running in here. Warden ability was popped a little bit early there, so all of the Hog Riders did end up dying. So it's just up to the miners here running through the rest of this base. Does have a back end single target Inferno and scatter shot to get through here. That scatter's doing a lot of damage to those miners. That heal spell might be just a little bit too late there. Here comes the Royal Champion from the bottom side by about 6 o'clock. She's going to clear through and hopefully get to that Eagle and help out these miners. It's looking pretty good, but again, it's starting to thin out near this back end. We've seen this happen in pretty much every single one of the raids today. And again, that scatter shot staying alive took down every single one of his miners. Needs to make sure that you, with hybrid raids, it really just takes three scatter shots and all of your hogs and miners will be dead. So you have to make sure that you're freezing it and you have a plan to deal with it. But yeah, with that, that's going to be a 2-star defense for Vicious here. And at that, it's going to be a bit lower percentage than some of the previous hits. Time no matter what. Yeah, 100%. Even if he had the troops to get through, would have been a time fail at that. Okay, my Queen don't do that. Yeah, I know. OP Queen AI right there. Great. All right, we got Sir Smoke-A-Lot. He's going in on number 5. Let's see what he can do here. Going to be bringing the Yetis again. Man, a lot of people running somewhat anti-2-star bases in this format, which, I mean, again, one 1-star in this format could really cost the entire clan the war. So sometimes it's a good idea to run a variety between anti-3-star and anti-2-star bases. Let's see, that King is going to step up and take down all of the buildings located by the 3 o'clock side. Yes, get that. 10 overall, 2 average. Oh, they're equal on the average percentage? Is this Toby? See what he's got going. King is going to clear that entire 3 o'clock side. He's going to Yeti Blimp into the Eagle, but I don't think he's going to get that Eagle down. Or no, wait, was it a Yeti Blimp? Yeah, it was a Yeti Blimp. But here comes the rest of the Yetis with the King straight into this base here. Healers are actually going to step up right away towards the Yetis, which is perfect. I'd imagine we're going to see, the Ice Golems, not the Yetis. They stepped up for the Ice Golems there. Everything's going to run straight in towards this Town Hall. Doesn't have a Quake spell, just has a jump. Everything going to get stalled for just a little bit of time as these defending Ice Golems go down. Eagle should eventually go down. Queen is locked onto by a single target Inferno. He's going to need to pop that Warden ability. Instead, he decides to freeze the single, keeping that Queen going. Pop the Warden. Pop the Warden. Queen's going to be forced to use her ability through that giant bomb. Not super ideal, but again, not the end of the world. Those troops are going to run through here. Going to pop that Warden ability. The Yetis are in the Town Hall compartment, so they should be able to get it down. We might see this Royal Champion come in from the top side here. There it is, to take down those Teslas and then run through the rest of the defenses. Queen is actually going to stay alive just fine. None of the defense is shooting at her, and now those Yeti Mites are going to start taking down those Expos. It's looking pretty good so far, but again, that scatter shot and single target Inferno Towers being alive over on the left side there could be an issue going into the back end of this raid. The Royal Champion will get through that scatter shot, however, not through that single target Inferno Tower. He's going to actually freeze the single. Wait a minute, this Royal Champion might get through the single. Doesn't have any more spells at this point. Has used every single one of them. Oh no. This one might come just short here. However, he's got some really, really good percentage so far on this base. And he's going to get even more. 57 seconds left to go. And with the Queen and the Royal Champion going down and a single target Inferno Tower being alive, it's going to be a defense. And now it's a matter of how much percentage can Sir Smokes-a-Lot get here. Or Sir Smoke-a-Lot. Not Smokes. No, I've jinxed him. Right? You jinxed him, King C. What have you done? What's up, Was? Or Wasmaniac? How you doing? Good to see you. Whatever the percentage difference is, you have to multiply by 5 because there are 5 attacks. So 10% overall. Okay, I see what you're saying. Got it, got it. Again, I gotta get more used to this 5v5 format. Someone could send me like a spreadsheet of what I need to do. Like that'd be great. He might end here on the 90%. No, it's gonna be an 89%. Really decent hit here. Doesn't go through for the triple, but again, does boost their percentage up just a little bit more. All technology dies on me daily. So that must be a real OG streamer. 100%. Technology fails so much you don't even stream. That's how you know you're an OG streamer. Nah, I'm just playing. We got an Electrone coming in from Jumble. Let's see if we can get Erevos their first triple of this war here. See, did that Electrone get the value that he wanted there? Went straight in towards that Inferno Tower. Gonna get it out of the way early. As well as this E-Dragon should be able to deal with the CC. Wow, those let's see, we got the dragons, the Electron into the dragons here. We're going to probably see a Sui hero. Can that E-Dragon get through the switch here? It will. And that means that the heroes are going to not have to deal with any kinds of CC troops. And oh, so far, I mean, look at the path that he's already taken, or look at the chunk of the base that he's already gotten taken down. So really, really nice start here. Adam Godly Streamer, 100%. 100%. Got some dual coverage today. I actually didn't know he'd be streaming this. If I knew he'd be streaming this, I probably wouldn't have streamed it. But we're here. We're going with it. We're running with it. All right, here come all of the dragons in from the 9 o'clock side here. We got that baby dragon up at the top side there. Warden is going to follow shortly behind. The heroes have actually been saved here for a bit later in this raid. And again, all those dragons are going to path directly towards that Inferno or that Town Hall there. And once it activates, we're going to see that Warden ability pop off there to keep everything moving. A lot of the dragons pathing to the outside here. Going to pop that Warden ability, but not going to grab the dragons that are on the Town Hall. Oh no. Will that dragon take down the Town Hall? It's getting a little close there. A little too close for comfort. That dragon should get that Town Hall down. I'm going to freeze it anyway to get through it. And that dragon should get through that Town Hall. There we go. It's going to go down. And here comes the King, Royal Champion, and Queen up at this top side here. The King is banging on some walls like he always does. Gotta love it. Queen's going to step up and take down the RC. Royal Champion ability will pop off. A couple of dragons on this back end. However, they're all on low health. Taking some air bombs. So not ideal. I don't think this one's going to go through with that back end single there. None of his troops can really reach it. I like the plan, though. It's a decent plan, but it's not going to go through for him here. However, it will be a decent percentage on this base. Of course, the King's stuck on the wall. Don't think it's going to be as high as the previous one. You didn't partake in cigars until you were 28, but if you ask me, my coworkers only smoke. Fair enough, fair enough. Oh, dear. Wait a minute. King loves walls more than AQ lately. Yeah, exactly. 100%. King stays away from Queen. Oh no. Oh no. Again, for the sake of not having videos removed, I'm not gonna actually name it and talk about it, because one of my streams I had to clip a section out of it because I think I brought it up for a second. So we're just gonna call it the epidemic. That's what we're gonna go with so far. All right, we got Mendicus gonna fire off for King Jeffrey. Let's see if he can get the first triple of this war and put King Jeffrey slightly ahead here. Let's see what we've got going. They majorly shrunk the targeting range for the BK. Really? Is that an actual change that happened? All right, let's focus on this raid here. We got the Yeti's going to start with a Queen Walk rather than a Warden Walk. So really interesting stuff. And I'm guessing with the deployment of the Queen here, he wants her to walk south rather than north. And then he's going to pile everything into this little channel where the Town Hall is. Yeah, he's already started a funnel over by this top side here. So I'm guessing he wants to force all of the troops straight in here towards this Town Hall and then up towards the Eagle. Queen will clear through a couple of buildings and create a really nice funnel here for his troops. She's actually going to lure those 3 ice golems out and deal with them on the side. Here comes the king with the siege barracks over at the right, and here comes a couple of P.E.K.K.A.s, and we'll probably see most of the P.E.K.K.A.s and we'll see the Yetis pile in towards this compartment. There we go. They're all going to come in and go straight for that king. And here's the enemy king, and here's the king and the P.E.K.K.A. over on the right side from the siege barracks there, and they're going to create a nice funnel. And here goes the quake spell over the town hall, or over the clan castle, and that's going to force everything straight in towards the base here. Now, were these Yetis deployed just a little bit too early? No, they weren't. They're going to go straight exactly where he wants them to go. They need to step up and get into this rage faster if he wants to get through here. Here comes the Royal Champion with the Hogs over on the right side here. Going to pop that Warden ability through the Town Hall. I'm really a fan of this plan. Here goes the second jump spell to get him straight in towards those Inferno Tower compartments. Here's the rage spell in the center. All the spells have been used. The only thing left for him to do is pop that Queen and RC ability. Here goes the RC ability. It's looking really, really strong so far, but there's no way to get to that single target Inferno. There's only path to get to those 2 back-end Inferno Towers over there. This single's going to stay alive for now. Queen's going to step up and take down that single. Still has her ability. The Royal Champion has gone down on the outside. He started the cleanup over at the right there with that wizard. This Queen needs to possibly step up, jump through this wall, and grab that Inferno. It's starting to thin out ever so slightly near this back end here. Healers are keeping that Queen alive as long as possible. She needs to take the jump and get that single down. It's really, really close. It's hard to call just yet because, again, there still is a chance of tripling here. The only thing that I could see being a problem here is the time, and the Queen is pathed away from that single. And with that, I think it's going to be a time fail, if anything. A really nice plan on this base, and in all honesty, really good execution as well. I'm surprised that this one didn't go in a triple. King and Queen +6. All right. Yeah, six inches apart, exactly. There's a New Balance change. I really don't understand how one can plan Yeti Smash. I mean, you can plan where you want your Yeti Smash to go in from, but when it comes to, like, you know, trying to figure out where they're supposed to go, that's when it becomes a bit more difficult. Single target will lock onto the Warden and take him down, but the Queen should get through it before it takes her down. However, that Warden pad doing a ton of damage to her and is actually going to take her down. An 88% 2-star, but not going to go through. We've had some really close raids from King Jeffrey so far. I like the plan for this one, but I don't exactly know what could be different. Possibly the Royal Champion going in a bit later there. But yeah, CWL adopting the esports format and creating a whole new division for it. The CWL esports, that's what we're watching today. All right, let's see if Tio can get this one done. Interesting base here by Fresh. Very much a, what is that, a Eastern teaser? Is that even a kind of base? Let's see, he's going to start here with a Yeti Blimp into this Inferno Tower. It will run through just fine. Or sorry, not a Yeti Blimp, possibly an Electron. Interesting placement on that clone spell. Is he going to miss the second clone? So far, he's missed the second clone, but it will clone the E-Dragon, and it'll go to the outside. I'm not too keen on those 2 clone spells. I think he could have been just fine and gotten the same value with just 1. So might not have been the best use of spells there. However, it's going to go through for him, and these E-Dragons will actually get a bit of value on the outside. Here come a couple of troops through, and here come the rest of the E-Dragons straight into the CC here. He's going to drop a poison over those archers, and they will eventually go down. Here's the Warden straight over them as well. It's a mass E-Dragon raid, by the way, if I didn't mention that. Here comes the King and the Queen at the top side here to keep those dragons forced in the center of this base here. I like the pathing so far that he's trying to develop for these E-Dragons. However, they're taking a ton of damage on this entry from the Town Hall and the Scatters. He's going to need to keep that Air Sweeper and Scatter Shot frozen here. My goodness, he's lost pretty much every single one of his E-Dragons going into this raid. Oh my goodness, this really thinned out fairly quickly at the beginning. I guess he was banking on just piling every single one of those E-Dragons into the base here and then running through, but at this point he's lost most of them. Another one's going to go down to the Seeking Air Mine, and that's all of his E-Dragons toasted. So this one's definitely not going to go through for a 3. That E-Dragon will take down the Eagle, which works out for him. But again, his whole army's gone. Those E-Dragons died fast. They did. I think it really just came down to piling everything into the Town Hall. I mean, that Giga Tesla really does some damage over time. Nice baits. Yeah, 100%. Some really nice baits there. That was a really, really good CC choice by Fresh here. That allowed those E-Dragons to get completely stalled and do nothing, which is exactly what he needs to see. So he's going to end at about a 78 to 79%, or sorry, a 76% possibly. Out of this Tesla kit. Yeah. Wow. Fresh using your beta base. Is this your base rated? Well, hey, it defended well against the E-Dragons. It's going to end at about 76%. Really nice job by Tio, but not going to go through for him. Again, both sides looking pretty good. King Jeffrey slightly ahead on percentage at the moment. There we go. Zed's going in on Tio. Let's see what he can do here. Going to be bringing the Yetis. Going to start with that Warden Walk. I feel like Zed's hit this base before, and I can kind of see the plan that he's got going. He has 2 jump spells here, and those 2 jump spells will open the entire base. He's going to try and jump straight in towards this Dark Elixir storage, as well as straight over this cannon, and the whole base should be open. He could be trying to wall... No, he doesn't have any wall breakers. Here's the king from the right side here. Going to clear a couple of buildings. Now, remember, the Warden will only run after troop housing space that's worth 25 housing space. So if you drop 2 baby dragons and a loon, the Warden's going to go towards them. If the king is deployed near the Warden's going to go for the king. So he has to make sure that that king is far away from the Warden if he doesn't want the Warden to path towards him. Here come the rest of the Yetis. They're going to go straight in here. Not going to use that first jump spell over the Dark Elixir storage. I realize it's just completely unnecessary to do that. Has a Yeti blimp as well. So they're all going to dial straight in towards this town hall, going exactly where Zed wanted him to go here. And we're going to see that first jump spell go down fairly quickly. Going to pop that Warden ability fairly soon as well. Queen is going to actually stay on the outside. Not what he wanted there. However, not the end of the world. Everything's going to run in straight towards the center here. Going to have to poison and possibly even freeze. No, he's going to rage over the CC there, and they should be able to run through that one just fine. Here is the Royal Champion up at the top side there to go in for that Inferno Tower. It's not going to be able to get that far. However, it will take down a couple of these outside defenses, and that Queen should step up and take down the enemy Queen. There goes the Yeti blimp in straight towards those 2 scatters. Can it get both of them down? No, it's only going to grab one of them. The Yetis are still alive in the center here, but again, this one's kind of thinning out just a little bit. Queen is banging on a wall, as she always does. Those Yetis are not going to get as far as he wanted there. Those healers went down fairly quickly. But the Yetis are going to run through. They should be able to take down this Queen. Possibly. No, they're not. Queen's going to step up and grab a little bit more percentage with her ability, but with that, it's not going to go through. I really, really like the plan, but again, there was a bit too much DPS at this back end. For the wait, did the Yetis get... I think the Yetis got both scatters. He got both... Yeah, he got both scatter shots from just the blimp. I like the plan. I like the plan. But again, that Queen going to the outside was not helpful. He needed that Queen inside. Queen getting in, and this is GG. 100%. 100%. Could not agree more. So he's got one more wizard. He's going to try and get as much percentage as possible here. He's looking for another place to place down that wizard. Not exactly sure. He can get some more value with this builder or this barracks up here if he drops the wizard. Going to choose to drop it over by the right side here by about 9 or 3. Sorry. Yeah. Is it 15 spaces? I thought it was 25. Because I know I've dropped down a baby dragon and a loon, and the warden hasn't gone for him. Show base 2. This one getting hit. This is what you're talking about. All right, so the war is not going to be over at this point. If Erevos triple, they'll pull in the win. So now King Jeffrey are going to be banking on a defense to win this one here. It's 25. Yeah, I was pretty sure it was 25. But they need a triple. They're going to have to triple to see a win. All right, let's see what they can do here. Interesting style base here. 3 single target Inferno Towers. Going to be bringing the Queen Charge into the Lalo. Let's see what he's got planned here. Can Sui this scatter shot with just the Royal Champion? That's exactly what he's going to do. Royal Champion is going to go in here and grab that scatter and get it out of the way. Real quick, though. So that Royal Champion will run through, take it down. She's going to grab that air defense as well and get possibly a shot on this Queen. No, Queen's not going to step up and take her down. Now he's going to actually charge this Queen straight in towards a single. Interesting stuff. I was possibly thinking he might deploy that slammer there. But no, he's looking to wall break this wall open to possibly get that Queen in towards the Inferno. Will he get the wall break? He's going to get the wall break just barely there. Almost missed it. Wizard on the right side doing a lot of clearing for him here. Now, I'm wondering where his Lalo is planning on going in from. What's up, All-in-One Gaming? How you doing? Wait, I've seen this base. I've definitely seen this base as well. Master Sen, his old base? Possibly so. That's why I don't think about Sam. Send in the battle blimp. Yeah. Fair enough. Queen's going to step up, take down the enemy Queen. No issues here. Going to take down the single with a free spell. And out come 2 Ice Golems from the CC. The Witch already came out before and got taken down a little bit earlier there by the Royal Champion, I believe. And now that Queen is going to be just fine in the center of that base. Here comes the King from the top side here. And I'm guessing he's going to try and use that slammer for the Town Hall. Queen will step up and take down those 2 Expos and get them out of the way. And this Eagle is not walkable from the outside. So that means that the Queen is going to have to break open that wall in order to access that that Eagle there. But the Queen's actually going to target the top side here and not go down towards the Expo. So not what he wanted. He wanted that Queen to kind of peel down and take down the sweeper. Don't think she can reach the town hall yet. No, she can reach the town hall from this compartment. And here comes the slammer with the Lalo in from the right side here. Again, Erevos need to see a triple to win this war. Here comes the Warden straight in behind the rest of the Lalo here. That single is going to take down that Hound fairly quickly. It's not going to do a ton of tanking. Queen is locked onto by 3 Expos, and she's going to go down. But not before she gets that Eagle out of the way. OP Queen there. However, he does have a back-end scatter shot to deal with, but does have the Warden ability and does have a free spell. Now, 57 seconds left on the board. Could time be an issue at this point? Because in all honesty, he's got the troops to get through the rest of this base. It's all going to come down to whether or not he has the time to get through it here. He's going to freeze that scatter shot right when the Warden ability wears off. No, doesn't freeze the scatter shot right away. Going to freeze the Royal Champion. Interesting stuff there. Those loons are going to run through. 40 seconds left to go. It's looking really strong at this point. Oh no. Time won't be an issue. I think this is going to be a triple. Erevos might be coming through with an OP triple to secure the win. Wow. Wow. 22 seconds on the board. Time will not be an issue. Can some OP traps come through and take down these loons? Doesn't look like it. Could this be a time fill? No. No way. It's going to be a triple for Erevos, and that's going to be the win for them. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh my gosh. No way. No way. It's a 99% defense. And with that, King Jeffrey are gonna pick up the win on percentage. Wow. Wow, 1 second. Save the raid for him here. That's incredible. Oh my gosh. GG to King Jeffrey, gonna get it done in week 1. Gonna pick up a win. Just barely in the nick of time. Oh my gosh, it could not be closer than that. Huge shout out to King Jeffrey, man, and Erevos. I mean, that was an awesome hit. That should have gone through. But again, that time just barely didn't happen for him. Wow. But that is going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're interested to join King Jeffrey, their Discord will be down in the description. I plan on doing a lot more media with them in the near future. But yeah, that's going to do it for me, and I will see you guys later. See ya.